Tonight, community members gathered to celebrate and honor Indigenous culture, with progress being top of mind. Plus, if you're struggling to find childcare, you are not alone. How a U.S. Senator hopes to help parents out. And the pandemic created a hot housing market, but will it last? We'll have the latest trends coming up.
From CBS 3 Duluth, this is the CBS 3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Back in 2005, Duluth proclaimed October 11th Indigenous Peoples Day. CBS 3's Abigail Smith visited Duluth City Hall today, where politicians and community members came together to talk about what the day means and what the next steps are.
Yeah, Kristen, it was an event of tradition, all to make sure Native history and culture doesn't get lost down the road. Traditional songs, dances, and drumming were played. Mayor Emily Larson, U.S. Senator Tina Smith, and City Councilor Renee Van Nett were there with community organizations talking about their goals and visions to keep Native culture alive in Duluth. The goals included improving cultural visibility with art, education, and social movements. Babette Sandman, chair of the Duluth Indigenous Commission in Duluth, says today is important for everyone to remember.
We remember our ancestors who fought hard for us to be here today so that we could feel good and proud as Indigenous people. So in their honor, we say it's a good day to be Indigenous.
Many showed up in traditional wear. There were also dresses draped on tree branches, clothing lines, and the City Hall building to remember missing and murdered Indigenous women. A rally is just getting underway right now at City Hall, put on by the Indigenous Commission with food for everyone.
Thank you, Abigail. Wisconsin's governor marked Indigenous Peoples Day with a formal apology to tribal members. Governor Tony Evers apologized for the state's role in the Native American boarding school system. He also signed an executive order formally supporting the Department of Interior's investigation into the schools. Native children were taken from their families and placed in schools in an effort to eradicate their culture. Many died or were abused. Evers says the history has been too long in the dark, and the investigation is an important part of a more just and equitable Wisconsin. The DNR today took new action to stop the spread of a deadly brain disease in deer. The agency banned the movement of farmed deer into and within the state of Minnesota. It's an emergency temporary rule to help wildlife officials figure out the movements of known CWD-exposed deer and to track potential exposures. This comes after a CWD-positive farm in Wisconsin sent 387 farmed whitetails to operations in 7 states, including Minnesota. CWD, or chronic wasting disease, is a fatal illness already impacting some wild deer in Minnesota. Split Rock Lighthouse will welcome back visitors for its annual memorial this year. The lighthouse holds a beacon lighting every November 10th. That's the day the Edmund Fitzgerald sank in Lake Superior during a storm in 1975. Officials announced the names of all 29 sailors who were on board to honor their lives. The lighthouse didn't allow visitors last year due to COVID-19. This year's ceremony will be a hybrid, with the lighthouse grounds open to the public and a live stream for those who cannot attend. Well, Dave is here for a first check of the weather. Dave, that rain we saw over the weekend certainly helped with our rain totals, huh?
Yeah, here in Duluth, we're running about 1/4 of an inch surplus now for the month of October.
Wow.
And we had a little more than normal for September. So that counterbalances a couple of the months that were dry, but it was still pretty dry for much of the year. Right now, on the drier side for the time being, but that's going to change in a matter of hours for some towns. This live look at Ashland shows pretty nice day there. Shawamigan Bay is nice and calm. The sky splitting the difference between clouds on one side and blue sky on the other. Well, again, the grayer skies here should take over as the night goes on, because we still have a slew of lows slated to kick up the clouds and keep a rain chance going from tonight through Wednesday. So rain totals could go even higher here over the next couple of days. Short-term forecast says mostly cloudy Minnesota tonight, but Wisconsin and the UP gets a better chance for precip. Then a 30% chance on Tuesday for Minnesota. Better odds for Wisconsin and Michigan. How much rain could come down by Wednesday when we dry up again later on? I'll show you with the latest chart in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. In the last 14 days, COVID cases are down 20% nationally, but here in Minnesota, cases are up more than 30%. Health leaders say the increase is due to the rise of COVID cases in young children. The state is now reporting 3,000 cases per week in children under 12, and in just one day last week, 514 COVID cases were reported in K through 12 schools. 441 were among students. However, kids that are eligible for the vaccine have among the lowest vaccination rates of all Minnesotans. Just 54% of 12 to 15-year-olds have gotten at least one dose of a vaccine. For 16 and 17-year-olds, that figure is 59%. That's compared to the 73% of adults 18 and over. Doctors are now making a plea to parents.
Really, the best thing you can do for your child is to get them vaccinated. Tried and true are the millions of people across the world who have been vaccinated and vaccinated safely.
Health experts added RSV, a dangerous respiratory virus, is another factor contributing to serious health concerns for school kids. The former FDA commissioner believes children ages 5 to 11 could be fully vaccinated by Thanksgiving. As Congress continues to debate the nation's budget in Washington, Minnesota lawmakers are pushing for more investment in affordable child care. U.S. Senator Tina Smith visited Duluth today to meet with daycare providers and to hear their struggles. CBS 3's Kendall Jarbo explains the problems they're facing and the proposed solution.
High prices for families and low wages for workers. That's the current status of childcare in Minnesota.
It leaves you with uncertainty as to whether you should continue or not. And it's not that we don't want to because we love what we do, but at what price?
Happy Time Daycare Center in Duluth has operated for more than 50 years. Toddler and infant rooms are booked until the end of 2023, but that's still not enough.
It's your preschool where you make the money. That's where we're struggling, but we can't really enroll many more children because we don't have enough staff to cover it.
A common theme across many industries, not enough staff is forcing care centers to cut back.
I've heard from centers that could, have the physical space, the licensing to serve more kids, but they don't have the staff. And so they've had to reduce the number of kids they can serve right now.
Mayor, I'm going to turn to you first. Senator Tina Smith proposed a budget bill solution. It would ensure no family would pay more than 7% of their income for child care.
It provides a subsidy for children to go to child care, which would infuse more resources into the system so that these incredible family providers will have additional resources that they could spend paying their providers more, improving their facilities if that's what they want to do, to make the whole system work better.
Smith says more money in the system would increase quality and quantity of programming, which is top of mind for parents.
A large share of the people we serve are moms and or parents, and child care is number one concern. You have to have a place for your kids to go.
Congress is negotiating President Joe Biden's Build Back Better plan right now. Smith wants her affordable child care provisions to be included in that budget bill. Meanwhile, the Duluth City Council will hear a proposed ordinance tonight aimed at meeting the need for affordable housing. Duluth Mayor Emily Larson is proposing the creation of a housing trust fund. It would invest at least $6 million into affordable housing. The funding could be used to increase housing stock, invest in neighborhood improvements, and promote density wherever possible. The council will hear the ordinance tonight and is expected to vote on October 25th. If the plan is approved, the city expects the program to begin in early 2022. During the pandemic, the real estate market took off, becoming red hot, and experts say it doesn't look like it will cool off anytime soon. The latest numbers show pending home sales rose more than 8% in August compared with July. A CBS News business analyst says home prices are up nearly 15% from a year ago. Right now, the median price for an existing home is $356,000.
The vast majority of homes are selling in less than a month. And this has really been tough on people who are entering the housing market because the affordability has really changed.
Experts forecast home prices could continue to rise along with mortgage prices. Duluth police were involved in a 7-hour standoff with a suspect overnight. Officers responded to a home in the 200 block of East 2nd Street just after 2 a.m. on reports of a dispute. A man barricaded himself in his apartment building. After negotiating with him, police say they used non-lethal tactics to arrest him around 9:30. He went to the hospital for treatment and was booked into the St. Louis County Jail. The man accused of opening fire at a Minneapolis area medical center now faces an upgraded murder charge. A grand jury today indicted Gregory Ulrich with 1 count of first-degree premeditated murder. He already faces 4 counts of first-degree attempted murder. Police say Ulrich opened fire at the Alina Health Clinic in Buffalo, Minnesota back in February. He killed a medical assistant and wounded 4 others. He remains in custody. The 2 U.S. Marshals who shot and killed a black man in Minneapolis won't face charges. The Crow Wing County attorney ruled the use of force justified. The Marshals shot and killed Winston Smith, Jr. in a Minneapolis parking garage back in June. They claim Winston shot at them first during an arrest attempt. A woman who was in an SUV with him at the time says she didn't see him with a gun. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, creating a green future 1 tree at a time. Why volunteers gathered at the Hartley Nature Center next.
Normal high temp this time of year, 55 degrees. Today we made 60, so temperatures are starting to come down back towards reality. They will continue to tumble as the week goes on. Right now we have rain chances. When will those tumble away? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
At UCare, we have something to say to all our members, new and old. Thanks for choosing UCare, giving us more reasons to keep moving forward and doing what we do best, answering questions and helping members make the most of their plan benefits. Because we're simplifiers, decomplicators, and, well, figure-outers, with a range of plans at different costs. If your current plan isn't right for you, we'll help find one that fits. UCare, people-powered health plans.
I decided to attend Lakota Ojibwe College because it really dawned on me how much it felt like a family and how much it felt like home, and I had a hard time seeing myself anywhere else.
The big 6% instant rebate is back. Hi, John with Prime Appliance, and yep, that's right. You'll get an additional 6% off on the floor price instantly when you pay at the counter. What could be sweeter? Get these high-performance, ultra-quiet Beko dishwashers, your choice in stainless or white. Regular price $7.99, sale price $7.19, and after 6% rebate, just $6.76. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance, it's the best place to buy your appliances.
Eric Paulson here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Hurricane Ida hit Louisiana hard. The people there, their families, and businesses have a long road to recovery. And now it's time for each of us to help lift up Louisiana. Text IDA to 51555 and donate to the Salvation Army relief efforts as they provide relief to those impacted by Hurricane Ida. Learn more at CBS3Duluth.com or the CBS3 News app. Live, local, CBS3, helping lift up Louisiana.
The Icebreaker Tournament returns to Duluth Friday, October 15th with Game 1 at 4 and Game 2 at 7:30. Then don't miss out on the action Saturday with games at 4 and 7:30 again. It's all happening on My 9 Sports.
You up for a ride?
Saddle up.
I got you right where I want you.
Where do you want me?
You let me do the worrying, okay?
I got something here you might want to see.
Good team effort.
Practically family.
Come on, bring it in.
No, we're not hugging.
NCIS moves to Mondays, followed by NCIS Hawaii. New tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Let's talk about today's rain totals. Some towns got a lot, some towns just a tiny little bit. And these are the numbers for today, not from Friday to today, because we've had a fair amount of rain over the past couple of days, and that means Duluth, for example, now is running a surplus for the month of October. And so many months of this 2021 year have been drier than normal. This is really great news. Well, anyway, here's what we got today. More in Minnesota than anywhere else. 6,900 towards Cabotogama, 5,800 in Grand Marais, a half inch for Deer River, and we'll call it a quarter inch for Beauvais. Superior, Ashland, Poplar on the Wisconsin side of life, not much more than a trace, and only a trace into Michigan. Iron Mountain, for example, on the Cocoa Roz network. Community Collaborative Rain Hail Society. I don't know what that part means, but anyway, just a trace there. Rain chance is still with us through midweek before we do dry up later on into the week. Current conditions. Airport in Duluth is 59, 78% for the relative humidity with a north-northwest wind going 7 miles per hour. Our air pressure low in every level of the atmosphere now from the surface up aloft several thousand feet, 29.79 inches of mercury. As our region stands by to be affected by several different low pressure systems, which we will point out here after this look at the current temps. 57 to 60 right now in the UP. We're looking at 57 to 60 in northern Wisconsin as well. And in Minnesota, the range is just a little bit wider, going 55 up north to 61 degrees down south. Now, last week we were into the 70s for a lot of days. Now we're getting back closer to normal. The normal is 55. That's where Evelyn was today. And many of us will be there again tomorrow. Doppler map right now shows not much happening in the way of precip. That happened earlier in the day, and now we have a lot of clouds still lingering here in our area. Not much rain yet, but a chance for rain does return in just a couple hours, especially for Wisconsin and Michigan. And it's from a lot of low pressure systems. There's one to our south, there's one to our northeast, and one due west. The three of them conspiring and combining to bring the rain chance Tuesday and Wednesday as well. This third low off towards the west on its backside is bringing snow to the Rocky Mountains, but it's still too early for us to get the snow. It'll help aid and abet the chance for rain here through Wednesday. It's Thursday when we're going to dry up. Tonight starts dry for some towns indeed, and once we get towards Wednesday, this is how much more rain could come across. Looks like a lot of towns are going to run about 1/3 to even 2/3 of an inch. Now, here's the forecast for tonight in Minnesota. Low temps, they drop into the 48 to 57 range with a mostly cloudy sky. For Wisconsin and Michigan, low 50s there. 30% rain chance comes in early and then turns into a 40% chance for tomorrow with highs in the low 60s. Minnesota tomorrow gets a 30% rain chance with highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. And with our extended forecast, we see temperatures stay reasonably close to normal now. The normal's 55. We're running a range of 50 to 60, so that's a perfect splitting of the difference. Rain chance lasts through Wednesday, then we slowly dry up Thursday, at least through next Monday.
Community volunteers were on a mission to add some green to a local nature center. Community Action Duluth teamed up with Affinity Credit Union as part of their Plus It Forward campaign. They planted trees at Hartley Nature Center in Duluth. They were working to replace invasive plants and species with native trees. Organizers say everyone benefits when volunteers step up to help.
We like having community members join us out here because it also gets them in touch with nature, but also to realize the importance of the natural ecosystems that are around them.
The team planted a couple dozen red oak, hackberry, yellow birch, and pine trees. Well, Kevin Moore is here now with a look at what's coming up in sports today. Happy Monday.
Yes, you too.
Thank you.
So we check in on the Bulldogs in the polls. We see where the men and women landed in today's national polls, plus hear what Mike Zimmer had to say after that close call yesterday. And did the Brewers offense finally wake up? All that coming up.
The Icebreaker Tournament, October 15th and 16th, only on My 9 Sports. Presented by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
CBS 3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChev.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChev.com, a better way to buy.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
As we finish up another baseball season, I recently finished an extensive window replacement project on my home. I worked with your home improvement company and they hit it out of the park. For your next window, door, bathroom, or roofing project, get the quality and service you deserve with the Midwest's largest full-service home improvement company. Your home improvement company is my home improvement company, and they should be yours too. Contact them today for a free estimate on your next home project.
Seasons change and so do your housing needs. Many home buyers are still in the market thanks to low inventory and historically low interest rates. Now is a great time to sell your home and make that change. Visit yournorthlandhome.com for comprehensive information on buying or selling with helpful tips about downsizing, mistakes to avoid, and what you can do to prepare your home to sell. Download your free guides today at yournorthlandhome.com. Let the JS Realty team put their experience to work for you.
Here you go, sweetheart.
It's your first savings account.
A savings account? Imagine the possibilities. Oh, no.
But I really wanted a basketball.
You may dribble me.
Imagining a bright future? Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Not all internet is created equal. If you want internet that's even faster than advertised, if you want Wi-Fi on Mega Blast, if you want enough power to power all the things, that's asking for more than a lot. That's demanding extreme, and you deserve it.
Truck toppers, lids, liners, and accessories. Northwest Outlet is your truck topper headquarters of the Northland. Northwest Outlet has a large variety of ARE toppers for all makes and models of trucks, foreign or domestic, in all kinds of custom colors and styles and free installation. ARE's smooth, sculptured profiles and tight fit make it hard to see where the cab ends and the topper begins. Beautiful and rugged ARE has the highest quality construction for strength and durability. Northwest Outlet, 1814 Belknap Superior, the store that saves you more.
Coming up Tuesday on CBS 3 this morning, a recap of how the Northland celebrated Indigenous Peoples Day. And I'm tracking our next round of showers and true fall-like temperatures on the way. So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
How about those Bulldogs? The UMD men's hockey team got their season off to a great start over the weekend with a clean sweep of Bemidji State. With that, they retained their #5 ranking this week in the USCHO national poll after outscoring the Beavers 6-3 in the home-and-home series. The Beavers dropped 5 spots to #20 this weekend. The Icebreaker tournament comes to Amsoil Arena. The Bulldogs will take on #3 Michigan on Friday night. And the Bulldogs women's hockey team also held their ranking at #7 after splitting with the Gophers. Maggie Flaherty was named the WCHA Defenseman Player of the Week. Her game-winning goal happened on Saturday. That overtime 3-on-3 goal gave the women the win over the Gophers. The UMD football team is once again moving up in the AFCA D2 national poll. Their 31-27 win at UMary has them up 1 spot to #18 in the AFCA D2 poll. They're the highest-ranked NSIC team in the poll, ahead of #22 Augusta and #23 Wayne State. UMD is back home this Saturday to take on Concordia State St. Paul. After the Vikings dropped the first 2 games of their season in heartbreaking fashion, the Purple and Gold have the opportunity to go into the Week 7 bye at 500, something head coach Mike Zimmer will definitely take. After the offense started off the season carrying the team, it's the defense that has turned a corner, giving up only 16 points per game in their last 3 contests. And now with defensive captain Anthony Barr back after missing more than a year, battling multiple injuries, the defense looked to carry that momentum into Carolina Sunday.
It's a good foundation, I guess if you want to say. You know, we may have struggled a little bit early on, but I feel we're, like you said, kind of finding our way. And I think with each passing game, we figure out, okay, we can tweak this a little bit, tweak that a little bit, and kind of cover those holes, and then we should be pretty salty going forward.
It's a win, and I think
I think the good thing about it, Joe, is that, you know, we're not all happy about, you know, how we won. You know, there's what, 11 games left after that. So, you know, the season's a long process. You know, it goes, and you know, like somebody said earlier, the offense started out good. Now the defense is playing better. You know, I think the biggest thing is we keep trying to improve every week.
Kickoff Sunday in Carolina is at 12 o'clock. So far in these two games, the Brewers' pitching has been better than advertised. However, after Rowdy Tellez's two-run shot in the 7th of Game 1, the Brewers have gone 11 straight innings without scoring a run going into Game 3. The 13th-ranked offense in the NL needed to wake up in Atlanta in a crucial game. Scoreless in the 4th, Ian Anderson dealing after a Yelich single. Asvael Garcia trying to break the game open, but 1, 2, 3. Good night. Anderson 6 Ks through 4. And in the 5th, after 2 base hits, pinch hitter Jock Peterson steps to the plate, and the pitcher makes the mistake of throwing a high fastball. When it's Jocktober, he hits the 3-run bomb. Atlanta takes the lead 3-0. In the 8th, the Brewers threatening, men on 1st and 3rd. Yelich back up, but Dansby Swanson takes it himself, fires, and retires aside. That was the best chance the Brewers had. They go down 1-2-3 in the 9th. Braves win 3-0 and take the series lead 2-1. Brewers look to keep their season alive tomorrow. First pitch at 3 p.m.
All right, lots of good stuff in sports today, Kevin.
Yeah, it's a busy week ahead, too.
All right.
Icebreaker and everything.
Looking forward to it. Thank you. Well, tonight on the CBS 3 News at 10, we all know kids like to tell things like they see them. Now, one Duluthian is getting the opportunity to show her skills on a national level. Tonight, we'll share Haiti Ainsley David's story as she starts her journalism journey as a part of the Scholastic Kids Press program. A Wisconsin native has been growing his mullet since he was in 2nd grade, and now he's getting national coverage. Meet Pulaski native J.D. Sturks. He is one out of 500 kids around the country competing in the USA Kids Mullet Championship. Yes, that's a thing. Now J.D. is in the 3rd and final round of the competition. He says he hopes he can win the championship and give back to his community by donating some of his winnings to families struggling to keep food on the table. You can cast your vote at mulletchamp.com. Voting ends tonight at 11 o'clock, so there is still plenty of time. Very impressive. Wow.
Yeah, well, you could win just 2 cuts on this side of your head.
Exactly. I think
you're in the competition. Kevin and I can't do it. We're a little too short in the back. All right.
I think I'll pass this time around.
But back in your youth, you might have gone that way. Let's see which way the weather's going here tonight. I think it's going to be on the cloudy side, and rain chances are building in yet again, and we only got a couple hours break here today. 30% chance then for a lot of towns on Tuesday. Turns into a 90% shot on Wednesday. We may get another ½ inch or so of rain through this period before things do start to dry up on Thursday.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 10 o'clock.